Hey guys, it's Coach Steve, and I've got this week's workout brief. Starting on Monday, we're going to start with back squats, and we're going for some pretty high reps, going for 3 sets of 12. The goal here is that we're going to do all 3 sets at the same weight. So I want you to build to a weight that you still have something in the tank, looking for about an 8 or an 8.5 on the perceived effort scale, and just do 3 straight sets. This is higher volume, so it will still tax you quite a bit. And with a weight that's at that 8 on the RPE scale, you will still feel those legs by the end of the 12 reps. Not going to failure on these sets. Do not overpush it. After that, we're going to get into a 10-minute AMRAP, 40 wall ball shots, which will be multiple sets, and 15 burpee box jump overs. This is not going to be a super high round AMRAP. This is going to be a little bit of a slog, but it's not super long, so you can push a little harder, maybe tap in a little bit more than what you normally would on these 2 movements, because you don't have that much to do. It's not going to take that long. After we're done with that, getting into a cash out, 3 sets, 30 seconds of Russian twisting, 30 seconds rest. Those Russian twists, think about quality over speed or weight, but we'll weigh these down using med balls or whatever's available that you feel comfortable using. On Tuesday, we're going to do our floor press ring dip combination. This is going to target the chest and the triceps and really just burn those out. This time around, we're reducing the floor press and increasing the number of ring dips, but we're doing it 5 rounds every 3 minutes on the minute. Do not go to failure. That's not the goal here. We should not be going to failure. Stop shy of that. Shake it out. Finish up your reps. 3 minutes is quite a while. You should have enough time to recover. It will start to tax you by the end. After that, going into a 24-minute EMOM, bouncing between 3 different movements. 45 seconds of it will be double unders with a 15-second rest, 45 seconds of sit-ups with a 15-second rest, and 45 seconds of push-ups with a 15-second rest, then start back over. So it's going to be 8 cycles of each one of those guys. The score on this is total reps. And again, not looking to go to complete failure on any of this. Go at a moderate, consistent pace that is sustainable with good quality movements. On Wednesday, we're going to get in and we're going to go for something a little bit longer that's just complete cardio kind of feel. 800-meter run, 20 burpees, 600-meter run, 15 burpees, 400-meter run, 10 burpees, 200-meter run, 5 burpees. Looking at a goal time of around 17 minutes for this with a cap of 22 minutes. Because of the time frame here, the heart rate zone is looking to be about that 80 to 85%, not pushing too high. At the end is when you will start to push this. You might bump that heart rate up into a little higher gear towards the end of this workout, around the 200 meters and 5 burpee round. After that, going into a cash out for quality. I want to stress quality. This is not for time. 5 wall walks, 20 dead bugs, and 20 alternating bird dogs. This is going to tax the core, both front and back, and really just build in some of that control that we need when we're doing most of the movements that we have, that core control. So doing these slow and controlled and really feeling these movements will be the most important part. On Thursday, another attempt at our 5 rounds of every 3 minutes on the minute at 2 power cleans, full range of motion from the floor, and then 2 hang power cleans where we're not going to go all the way back to the floor. We're going to stay above those knees. And on this one, we're building weights to get to a challenging weight on that 4th and 5th round. We want to be challenged, but we do not want to blow out technique. So don't just blow it out and try for a new PR or anything crazy. Just try to keep this as good quality power clean practice. Once we're through that, we're going into an interval that is going to be one of those just go. It's going to be 1 minute on the bike or rower, as many calories as you can get, and then directly into 10 touch and go clean and jerks. Now those 10, while they're touch and go, do not need to be unbroken. So if you're going to set the bar down, you can shake it off and get back to it, but we're looking for about 1 to 2 sets. So you should be able to get through most of those without taking any breaks. Once you're done with a round, you're going to rest for twice as long. So the rest is going to be twice as long as it took you to do the previous round to keep track of your rounds. That means there's going to be plenty of time to rest, and you're going to be able to push pretty darn hard the 2nd and 3rd rounds of this. Your score here is total amount of time to do all 3 rounds minus the number of calories that you accumulated on the bike or the rower. So going hard will help, and it could hurt. So kind of balance that off. We are looking to spike that heart rate. We're really looking to push really hard for the one minute bike and row and the clean and jerks. So keep in mind, this is a push. This is hard. Go hard and recover well in the rest. On Friday, we're going to play with some snatch high pulls. So this is not doing the full snatch. This is that good snatch grip, coming into a good snatch setup, popping those hips and getting those elbows high, pulling that weight nice and high using the hips. Big caveat here. We're going to stop and pause for 2 seconds at the knee level. So you're going to, coming in a good setup, pull up to the knees, hold that position, maintaining good core strength, good shoulders, and really feeling this in the posterior on your back side, your butt, your hamstrings, and then popping. That is a ton of time building on this movement. So keep that in mind. The weights are going to be a little bit lighter, but we're going to go for total load on that. After that, that's really going to be the crux of the workout. That's going to be hard. Then we're going to go into an 8-minute AMRAP Metcon, 3 wall walks, and 6 chest to bar pull-ups. And these movements are hard, but the reps are low. So looking to get some pretty high reps out of this. However, I want to make sure that those wall walks stay in that quality range, staying in good, tight core positions, active shoulders, coming all the way up, coming down very controlled, so that you're getting the stimulus from the wall walks and not just flying up and down uncontrollably. On Saturday, we're going to go into a 12-minute AMRAP pretty quickly of 30 ball slams and 50 Russian kettlebell swings. These can feel kind of similar, but they're opposites in a lot of ways. The ball slams we're throwing down as hard as we can. The kettlebell swings we're pulling up much harder. But these are high reps. So not looking for a ton of rounds, but 12 minutes is very maintainable. So it's going to be that balance of how hard can you push without shoulders, core, and grip bailing out on you. Once we're done with that, we're going into a 10-round EMOM, and there's going to be quite a bit of work involved in the EMOM. So it's going to be moving fairly quick between the two. We're going to do a pow-off press, 8 on each side using a band. That's where you the band's pulling sideways and you press that out, so it's really engaging the obliques and the sides of your core. And then the second minute, the alternating minutes, you're going to do 8 and 8 split squats with a goblet holding a kettlebell. The goal here is to do 8 on one side, split, do 8 on the other side within the minute. This is moving pretty quick. That's going to keep the weights a little bit lighter, but These are not super technical movements, so you can push this pretty much to the end of the minute and use the full minute for both of these movements. That's what we have coming up this week, guys. Look forward to seeing you in the gym. Bye.